Welcome back to the channel. It's LtBuzzLitebeer, and completely out of the blue, or if you follow Reddit, was totally predicted. After 6 weeks of silence, Bethesda dropped 3 highly stylized and animated shorts showing a brief glimpse of life in 3 of the 4 main cities contained in Starfield. We've got pieces of lore, small fragments of context, backstory, and much more. I am literally kicking myself because I saw this prediction post on the Starfield Reddit, dismissed it as folly, and I am so glad I was wrong. Let's get into all of this and break down what we received today. Remember to hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. Likes, comments, shares are greatly appreciated. I've included chapters for ease of viewing, and here we go. First off, and here's the post heard round the Starfield galaxy, based on this shot taken from the Starfield Direct presentation, Reddit user ASD8DHD, I don't know if I said that correctly, predicted that today at 6 p.m. GMT, we would see the first of exactly 6 official Starfield-related videos. And this was based on the graphics contained in the Starfield grav jump scene from the Direct presentation. I don't know how this person saw it. And if you look to either side of the main readout, the numbers start at 7 and then go up by multiples of 7, with the largest sitting at 42. Mere coincidence that today is exactly T-minus 42 days until the worldwide launch of Starfield? I honestly don't know. The post was off by a few hours on their predicted post times, and only 3 videos were posted, so half their initial prediction, but the timing of their post is very interesting. The first of these videos is titled Supra et Ultra, which is Latin for above and beyond, taking place in New Atlantis City, located on planet Jemison, Alpha Centauri. And the very first thing you notice is this introduction to New Atlantis, which looks near identical to what we've seen in the previous Direct presentation. Now, this story centers on Kent, a courier pilot who longs to live in the most desirable part of the settled systems. And based on this Latin title and visible wealth and presentation of New Atlantis, this could hint towards New Atlantis being a center of learning, peace, and overall stability. Feeling this intense attraction to adventure and the unknown, Kent sees a UC Vanguard recruiting sign, enlists, and is immediately thrust into grave danger. Now, the uniform worn by the UC Vanguard in this video has a bit of a different setup and coloring, but it does look very similar to that shown during the Starfield Direct presentation, with even the solid visor and breathing apparatus on the chest. Now, what follows is a steady flow of completed missions, intense danger, and what appears to be a lot of credits in return. And what we see here is that working for the Vanguard pays very well. Fast forward a bit, and Kent has realized his dreams of wealth, but he is clearly not satisfied. And here is where we again see this spacecraft landing pad shown in the Starfield Direct with multiple ships in close proximity. Ultimately, Kent, realizing that his goal was never to be a part of New Atlantis elite, dons his Vanguard spacesuit once more, lights the burners, and heads back to space, embracing the off-world adventures as what he truly longed for. Next up is Where Hope is Built, which features Vanna, an Akila city orphan of the famous Colony Wars, which took place 20 years prior to the events of Starfield. Akila City is located on the planet Akila in the Cheyenne system, and we begin with Vanna attempting to repair her ship, but based on the broken components, she's not going anywhere until it is replaced. She then ventures into Akila City looking for help, and if you look at the signage, it reads, "Welcome to Akila City, established 2167 by Solomon Co." And we've seen that last name before because Sam Co is one of the main questline characters. He's from Akila City, and based on the time frame, is more than likely Solomon Co's grandson. Back to Vanna, and as she makes her way into Akila City looking for spare ship parts, we see the end of the Shepherd's sign sitting right here, and from the previous direct presentation, it appears here, so Vanna's position could be less than 100 feet in front of this position. Seeing a statue in the heart of Akila City, which could possibly be Solomon Co., although it is unclear, and Vanna begins to have a flashback to the colony wars between the Freestar Collective and the United Colonies featuring mechanized warfare. Now during this battle, Vanna's parents are killed, and we've seen broken down mechs in previous Starfield footage, but it is unclear why we do not see them anymore. Could there possibly be a ban on their use based on the horrors of the past war some 20 years ago? And if they existed, will we be able to salvage and use one for planetside exploration? Continuing on with this footage, and Vanna, now completely dejected, ends up stumbling into a robbery in progress with this character at the heart of the encounter. And we can immediately make out what looks like a tombstone rifle, but featuring an optic. And this looks exactly like the one Sam Coe wields. Could this robber be an early Sam, possibly in his teen years? Vanna appears and dispatches the robber and is promptly awarded a bar of credits for her good deed, but chooses to salvage a replacement part off of the ship of the farmer she just saved. Where Hope is Built ends with Vanna repairing her ship, leaving her family photo and past memories of the colony wars taped to that statue, and realizing her dream as she blasts into space. And finally, part 3 of this trilogy is titled The Hand That Feeds, and features Neon, located on the planet Vol 2 Alpha. This presentation is decidedly darker, and features 2 Neon street rats, Ada and Harper, who are partners in crime and make their living stealing from the wealthy visitors to Neon City. These 2 are clearly adept at their craft, and we see them cashing in stolen goods in exchange for weapon parts and firearms. Ada finds a Ryujin Industries card found in one of her stolen items, and she instantly recognizes the symbol of the mysterious syndicate that rules Neon. After stumbling into a massacre, Ada and Harper find a single Ryujin employee still left alive, and when the survivor refuses to hand over his valuables, Harper intends to kill him, only being stopped by Ada in a last-second lunge to save the man. This in turn earns Ada a meeting with Ryujin execs, who promptly offer her an ID card, a weapon, and a pen to sign what appears to be a contract to what is unclear at this point. Now on a side note, we've seen the Neon Street Rat trait during the Starfield Direct presentation, earning us better rewards on Neon City missions and increased crime bounties by other factions. We then get a brief look at some sort of interior Ryujin office space, which we have also seen from the Starfield Direct, including multiple areas that are both zen and mysterious in construction, and then the shot pans up to space, but this time without the featured figure blasting off into space. Could this be foreshadowing as to how Ryujin operates, and by signing a contract, you are stuck planetside? What will it cost Ada, or for that matter anyone like our characters, if we ultimately choose to align with Ryujin Industries? If this is how Bethesda is choosing to roll with 42 days left to launch, well, I think we're going to be in for a wild next few weeks. That Reddit prediction is proving out in so many ways, and if I get any more details on that one, expect a follow-up report in a future upload. Let me know what you thought of everything we got to see today. Sound off in the comments section below. I've got to admit, I'm most interested in just how much you can earn by becoming a member of Vanguard. Was that a young Sam Coe on Akila? I have so many questions about the mechs and if we will be able to salvage one for our own use, and everything Ryujin is interesting. They really give off this cyberpunk Skyrim Thieves Guild vibe, and that is something that really piques my interest. Remember to hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell. Likes, comments, shares are always appreciated. All my socials can be found in the video description. Shout out to the now over 128,000 of you that have stuck with me and hit subscribe. And as always, a special thanks goes out to my patrons over on Patreon. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer signing off.